So welcome to my review of the CCZ Melody, or CCZ, which has got quite a ring to it. This is the Melody, which is a hybrid, which is a 1BA one dynamic driver, as it states there. One of the all black ones, which you'll see in a bit. They are kind of a more affordable priced hybrid. And yet, as usual, full disclaimer is that these are sent out to me from Keep Hi-Fi, so thank you very much. I was not paid to do this video, and all thoughts and opinions are my own. And yeah, let's just get straight into it. So let's see what you get. Mine are all black versions, which are, as a slight spoiler, I've been using them. Here they are. Mine are all black. Obviously you can get them in kind of the clear kind of front. So yeah, they are one dynamic driver, one balanced armature per side. They are more affordable kind of pricing. Some information there. Just how they're made. They've got a 10mm dynamic and a balanced armature. Got a 4-core cable. Lightweight design. Patented ear tips, which are shown a bit. They are a bit different. Ear fins, I think they're in the rubber section. Again, I'll show you in a bit. So information. So it's CCZ or CCZ. Obviously, if you're American, Melody. Impedance 16 ohms, 110 decibels sensitivity. Again, these are very easy to power. 20 hertz, 20 kilohertz, and sensitivity and what the cable is. So obviously they came in there. But before I get to them, I might as well show you these. So mine are the all black. Slightly thicker than I expected, but again very light. Build quality seems good. There's a rubber section there. I found them very comfortable. So the tips have that kind of raised section. So it's kind of unique. Obviously 2-pin there. BC1, I'm not sure what that actually means, but that's it. Obviously left and right. Again, very light. I had no issues with comfort. So let's actually see what else you get. So I guess you get small and large. Some just documentation there. So I guess in Chinese and English. Yep. So it should just be the cable. I haven't actually checked this yet, so I'm not quite sure what it is. They do use kind of a standard 2-pin, so you can use any cable you want. Yeah, so this is kind of a more of a budget kind of cable. I'll open it up in the next clip and have a look. And yeah, so that's it. So I'm going to have a look. So this is kind of a more kind of cheaper cable. There's the brand in there, like the logo, right angle, which I do like. Obviously it's only 3-pole because it's a non-mic. Good strain relief. Cable, it's the type of cables that can get a bit tangled quite easy. But wide split there, which is good. Good strain relief there. Chin slider, which works okay. To me, that doesn't really matter. Again, quite a thin cable. So yeah, says left. Focus is there. So left. 2-pin ear hook design. It should work fine. I don't see any issues. It's just this is more of a cable on the cheaper end. Obviously you can always swap it if you want to use a balanced cable or something, for example. But yeah, it does the job. Again, these are more affordably priced kind of hybrid. And yeah, so that's it. So yeah, in the next clip I'm going to put some more hours on these, and yeah, let's see what they're like. So finally on to the review of the CCZ Melody. Like I said, these are 1DD, 1BA kind of hybrid, and they're kind of affordably priced. I think they're in the low $20 range, which is not too bad. So obviously in the UK, you're looking in pounds, £17-ish, 18, which is obviously not too bad at all. So let's get into what I think is most important, is comfort and how they actually fit. So this is obviously the left unit. It's got this rubber section here. I had no issues with comfort. It was very secure. But it's a thick shell, but it's not like that part isn't big. So I had no issues for when I used this for like an hour or two at a time. I had no problem with that. And they also come, as you can see, these kind of tips. Now, I don't know if they actually really do much. They've actually said they've patented it. But again, the kind of tips they use seems to work fine. So I had no issues with that. So isolation was okay. Again, no issues. Wasn't amazing, but it wasn't bad. I'm perfectly fine with it. So sensitivity, again, like very easy to power. They're very efficient. Both drivers are very efficient. Again, I had no issues kind of powering them. Let's get on to Soundstage. It had enough. It sounded wide enough. It didn't really see much height to it, but again, these aren't headphones. These are in-ear monitors, so the sound's different. Obviously, with headphones, you want more Soundstage because the sound's coming from outside your ear instead of being in your ear canal. So always bear that in mind. And imaging was again okay, nothing amazing, but I think the BA does help because it's got a bit of sparkle to it. It seems the actual imaging was okay. Negative, as you can see, is fingerprints. But I think if you have the clear version, it probably won't be as bad. It's only because it's all black. You can see that. And let's get to build quality. Again, I was quite happy with it. They're quite light, but the build quality actually seems fine. So yeah, let's get on to what these are all about. Sound. So right now I'm going to overlay the graph. And yeah, as you can see, big V shape. So let's start from low frequencies. The DD, as you can see, bleeds a lot into the mids. So these are fun sounding, is basically the general kind of sound signature. So they have a lot of bass. It hits quite hard. It seems they've used a competent dynamic, so the actual decay actually seems fine. If you're a bass head, kind of more of a bass head, these are more for you. Obviously, a lot as usual, the sub bass rolls off more. That's just my measurement graph, my coupler. So expect a little bit more sub bass than that. But yeah, these are again V-shaped, so they do have a heavier bass presence. So these are very different to like what I did before this, which is the KZ-ZEX Pro, different tuning. These have more bass than them. Obviously different kind of product, but yeah. So they are on the bassy side. The dynamic they've used seems quite competent. So mids, again, it's a bit recessed in the middle. The classic kind of V. So upper mids are elevated, as you can see. So female vocals are typically more forward. Not all the time, it depends where they sit, but the mids are recessed a bit, as you can see. But kind of expected, it's a V shape. So V shapes always have recessed mids. It's just kind of by design. Not much to say really. It's there, but obviously you'd want a bit more of a balance, but it's tuned as it is. So treble. So these do have a balanced armature, which adds the extra spice to the treble. So yeah, they do have a elevated treble area, as you can see. It can be fatiguing, but it all depends on your kind of tolerance. But yeah, elevated treble. So instruments are more forward. I noticed certain instruments and certain tracks is really like right there. It sounds kind of odd, what I mean, but I think because they've got the BAs doing like more of the treble region, it's very, they got good detail because I think that's its job. I don't know how much the BA of the frequency range is doing it because these models below this that seem to graph similar. The CCZ Coffee Bean, which is a single DD, graphs quite similar, but this has got a bit of extra treble energy, shall we say. But yet they do have a lot of, they do have enough treble presence. They're not dark or anything like that. If you do like a brighter treble, these are for you. It can sound kind of unnatural because the BA is doing it. Obviously, you can't beat the natural kind of sound of a single dynamic. But yeah, as you can see, treble, obviously the 8K peak this is from the coupler. So, but yeah, that's what the treble looks like. It does what it's supposed to do. Again, like the negative, it can sound a little bit like unnatural. But because of the actual BA doing its job, it brings out a bit more detail than the dynamic driver normally would. So it's kind of a trade-off with better extra performance, shall we say, to it sounding a little bit unnatural. But yeah, they seem to be, if you are a V-shape man, they do the job, and obviously these are not expensive. If you like things more balanced, then obviously there's different ones you could pick. But these are kind of a classic V-shaped sound, so elevated treble, and a little bit the upper mids and elevated bass. So for electronic music, these are a great pick. Maybe for rock, it all depends on kind of your kind of genre, but as you can see, there's the graphic, and kind of judge from yourself what kind of music you listen to. If you do like a V-shape, that's it there. But I think for what they are, they're not too bad at all. I wanted to try the model below this first, really, the Coffee Bean, which is the single DD, to kind of compare it. But anyway, I've got this one, and that's what it looks like. So the kind of what I expected, if you do like a V-shape, they do that quite well. If you like I said, if you like things more balanced, then these are probably not for you. But yeah, they're not too bad at all. But sometimes the treble can be a little bit fatiguing. Again, it all depends on your library, your tolerance, and all things like that. And yeah, so yeah, show you them again. I think the clear might be the better one, but I do like the very subtle look. So yeah, conclusion really is, for what they cost. So like for me, it's like £17-ish. They're not too bad at all. They are a classic V-shape, as you can see from the graph. And also the armature is meant to be in the shell, not in the nozzle, which is always a good thing. I don't like it when it's very common for it to be there. I think the armature for this is where my little finger's pointing, somewhere there, which is better. It reduces harshness, so I'm glad they've done that. But yeah, for what they are, they're not too bad. I personally prefer something a bit more balanced than this. Something a bit smoother than the treble. But if you're a big V-shaped kind of guy, then this will obviously suit you. And yeah, anything else you want to know, in particular as usual, just let me know in the comments. And yeah, thanks for watching. BC1. So yeah, thanks for watching and take care.